Okay. Hey, well, thank you guys so much for joining me here at Carolina Rebellion. The crowd was absolutely crazy out there. How was it, from your perspective at least?
Awesome. They really brought it. So it's easier for us to perform and bring it ourselves when you have a crowd that's so open to your music.
Do you guys have a different approach when approaching like a bigger festival like this one versus the smaller club shows?
Heavy. Keep it heavy.
Yeah, I mean, we had a half-hour set today, so we were in between Hatebreed and In Flames. So let's just pick our 6 heaviest tunes and get out there and kick them as hard as we can.
Absolutely. Well, I want to talk about the new album, Cauterize, that's due out. I mean, how's the feedback been so far?
It's been the best feedback I've ever gotten on the solo stuff. It's been, I went over to Europe to do a press tour, and everybody who's heard the record were just so complimentary. And I think as a band, we try to. The only goal we have in the studio is to make it sound better than the last record, and everybody's. The unanimous decision is that it's better than last record so far. So.
Well, can you guys take me in the recording process, maybe 1 or 2 songs in particular, and just fill me in on what the mindset was like?
Anybody else want to talk?
It's kind of crazy because before we go record the songs, we kind of do a little pre-production with the producer Elvis, and we kind of map out the arrangements and all that stuff. But we do the drums first, and we do them all at once. So he had 20 songs to do, just with our little scratch tracks. But yeah, he kind of lays the bed for everything else, the bass and guitars and vocals. But yeah, it was a lot. I think the most any of us had ever done 20 songs at once, So, but it was good. It was a good time.
Was it hard to decide, which songs kind of made the cut to narrow things down?
No, we had about 24, 25 songs roughly mapped out before we got with Elvis, and then he breaks out his little notepad and makes notes on them, and doesn't tell us what his notes are, and then we kind of whittle it down, and we chose 20 songs, and we pretty much budgeted 20 songs, and then when we looked back at it, we decided to break it into 2 10-song albums.
Do you find that's kind of the way to do it now? Like, break it down, because I think that fans are hungry for more, so you release one, and then it's like, okay, we're going to give them 2.
Yeah, well, I think if you release too many songs at once, people will be overwhelmed, and they don't have the attention span. So I think a 10-song record is perfect to let people really digest it quickly, and then we'll be able to sense when it's time for the new record to come out, when they're singing back all these songs live, and then it'll be time to launch Dust.
Are you guys ever surprised by which songs fans gravitate towards? You had a feeling about one when you were putting everything together, and then, they're like, nope, I like that one.
Right.
It happens all the time. Yeah, it happens all the time, But any good reception is a good one. So, people are excited, that's good.
Absolutely. So on a personal level, I look at music as a universal language we can all speak and understand, even if we take a different message away. For each one of you personally, when did music first begin speaking to you? When's the start?
For me, I was really young. My parents just listening to tunes. I'm in the back of the seat, in the little booster seat. But yeah, I just always loved music, and then I wanted to play guitar. And there it was. I got a guitar when I was 9. So
2 years old, piano at 4.
Yeah, some of my earliest memories are being in the back seat. Dad showing me like ZZ Top and Led Zeppelin and stuff like that. So I don't know how old I was, but I was pretty young. So
How do your parents feel about it now?
they're happy that I'm doing it. So yeah.
I grew up in the 70s where, Jerry Rafferty and Rod Stewart were on in Mom's car, and I loved it. And then I found my own way with Metallica earlier on. So I think right around 11 years old, I bought my first guitar, and it was all downhill from there.
Well, I want to thank you guys so much for taking a few minutes to speak. Maybe what does the rest of 2015 look like? Obviously, a lot of touring.
We're touring through July on this run, and then we'll go out and do another tour, most probably headlining or co-headlining or whatever the best tour we can line up for the fall. We want to get, it's going to be mostly the States and Europe, but we want to find a way to get to Australia, South America, you name it. So.
It's going to be very busy, but best of luck with the album release. The set was absolutely incredible today. Thank you guys.